Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope you all having a great week so far. I myself is having a good day. Today is my Friday at work. So after this live, I'm gonna be heading to work and you know, chill out. And then the rest of the week, I'm just gonna be chilling for my next 2 days off. And y'all see the thumbnail is Married to Medicine. Yes, season 12, episode 4-7. Yes, I will be on camera. Just give me a few minutes. I just gotta do something real quick and then we get on. But come in, say hey, what's up, like the video, share the video, let people know about me and try to get the numbers up. But I let y'all know I ain't take no notes, so I'm just gonna go what stood out to me on these episodes. It's episode 4-7, and just give y'all my opinions about some things. Oh my gosh, how y'all feel? What y'all thought about the season so far? It's not too bad. Not too bad. But hold up. Let's do this. What? Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamond in the sky. I used to say that for a while. Listen, y'all. Yes. If y'all have not done so, please watch my trade review I just uploaded yesterday. I go link it here. So catch up when I do it. It's an audio only review. And also this coming Sunday will be the week 3 of the book review of the book 10,000 Hours with a Rich Menace by Jacquel J. And the first 2 is up already. It's audio listening and comment sessions. So those 2 is only audio only. You don't see my face. But the live is live in. See my face. And the traders review also is audio. Listen, Married to Medicine. I said in my thumbnail, you saw my title. These ladies are exhausting. They are. Don't even want Married to Medicine. They give the drama, and they give their stories, so everything. That's what was a great mix of their personal lives and the drama. But for them to be friends, they are not friends. I'm telling y'all that now. Their friendship or distractions and just for the fun of it, they could get along. But for them to really like each other, they don't really get down and like each other like that. A lot of them don't. There's so many different people, like heavily Toya, then heavily and Simone is added. Quad don't really rock with Toya like that. No, not rock with Toya. Yeah, not rock with Toya that much, as she want to, but not as much. And Quad and Simone, they got this little up and down thing. So the contestant heavily. So it's things. And they got new girls in the mix, Angel, we got Brandy, we got Mimi. So, and Jackie, I don't really care for her. So, Jackie. I mean, she's just there to be there. So, I don't really pay attention to her like that. She just boring to me. But this episode, let's get into it. Toya, like I said in my thing, Toya is on one. She's on one this season. I don't know what is happening. I'm not saying. It could be out of one of 2 things. It's either something's going on in the household and she just slashing out and everything, or that's who she is. That could be who she just is. She has the life that a lot of people want. It still be miserable sometimes. Like, I don't understand. She had the cushion life. She got this money from the show. Got a husband that's really making money and doing well. Hey, Casey, how you doing, boo? Welcome. Always on time. Shot. And making money, doing well, mature boys. They teenagers. They're raised well. They know how to cook for themselves and everything. So y'all doing a good job. And the only thing I don't like about the Toya thing is like they're constantly moving on the time. I don't know what's that about. Like, what's the reason why you constantly moving and getting a new house and this and this? Yeah, can I settle down in one? I mean, I know this season he's traveled like a total like 5 hours a day. Maybe not 5 hours there and back. Maybe a total of 5 hours traveling time to work and whatnot. But girl, Maybe he needs to pick up something else to do. Pick up some more hobbies. What happened to the wine thing you was supposed to be ambassador about? Like, what happened to that? And were you still doing the book? I don't know what was going on with other stuff. Hey, you still got your teaching degree. Use utilize that. Do some tutoring, counseling, something. I don't know, something. Cause you got too much time in here. You be miserable. And how you are and how you betraying, I don't know. And then also you don't understand your social cues. Like, girl, some things you be doing, like, what is your reason for doing that to Angel? We're gonna get that in a minute. Like, that was way low blow. And then it's back and forth about the bags and antagonizing heavily and all that stuff. And everything they'll give it back and forth. But she's a friend of the show this season. We see her a lot, but we don't see much of her personal life as much, but we see much on in events. Other than her son is like not here. But I'm also about the family thing. I say you don't act like you got two other kids, right? You can't focus on like this one son missing, which I understand. Don't get me wrong, I understand. But I was like, it seems like your old man focus on that one and you don't focus on the ones that's here. I mean, that is me. Y'all may feel the way, y'all may not feel the same way. Y'all can say Mizzle, I don't agree, but listen, at the end of the day, you got three kids, two of them is there, they around. Yeah, I know you still interact and love them as much as everything, but it's like it's making it seem like you just only focusing on one kid that's missing. But maybe it is what it is. So yeah, like I said, 20's on one. And then Quad begging. I'm sorry. It's like I know Quad wants a child, but does she wants a child because she really wants a child, or she wants a child because how he is with his daughter? Because to me, that the reason why you want a child is because he has a daughter and you see how he is with his daughter and stuff like that. But I said that's not a reason for you to want to have a child. It should be a more reason why you want a child. And why does it have to be tied to King? Because the way King is acting and moving, he don't want this child. He just doing it for you, and that's not a good thing. I wish he'd be open and honest and tell you like straight up. We're gonna get more details of what I'm saying right now. I'm just summarizing some things. It's straight up. It's like you don't want this child. I was just supposed to be straightforward. It's like that. He's making it seem like, oh, we gotta be more on this, that, and this thing that he's saying. I said, Quad, open up when she cracked, when she claimed that. Please don't do this to me. I said, you better not even freaking begging this man over nothing. At the end of the day, you was hell bent not having a child with Greg, which I understand, because he's horrible. He's a horrible individual. But you were so open to having a child because what King is attractive and he digging you down 15 times a week and where he has a child. So now you open it now. I say if you really want your child, you go have your child, whether King is in the picture or not. So I know when you mentioned that the finance and he paying the money, he said, "Oh, you don't have to worry about it. I pay for everything." And he said, "Oh no, I just worry about you, the body." I said, "Boy, it's out." When Squad, I need you to open your ears and listen to what he's saying. It is don't do this to me. No. I said, girl, you gotta have a child. At the end of the day, the IVF process is one kind of way to do so. And it's not take that as what, maybe this is what it is. I know what you want to try again more and more, but it seemed like he's checking out. So I think you need to really do the Avery K. Williams route and get available sperm donors or sperm people who really got store sperms in the bank, choose who you want to choose and everything, and use that for your embryos. So maybe all that stuff because it's taking a slow time. It's not taking the ones that you released. And you traveling to Ghana, do the Ghana, everything. I said that's a lot. Or you do the surrogacy route, or you can do the adoptions. It's other avenues. So if you really want the child and it's all about because you really wants it, then you can have it. But I don't know. It's make it seem like it's very performative at this point. I'm not saying that it's just not. I was just like, wow. Now all of a sudden you want someone because you were King. It's like King don't really care like he wants it. At the end of the day, if you really listen to it. So Do the Ebony Williams route. Do it for yourself. Because you would want one, you didn't want one, and then just shift it. And I said, and then the stuff that he be saying, we're going to get more details about that. That Simone, I need you to be very, stop being passive aggressive about your stance of what you feel, and just tell Cecil straight up. Because I know he tried to flip that around. He said, "What you mean? You trying to say nobody? I don't give a f about nobody. He don't give a f about me." And he said, "What you mean? You know I'm there to help you." She said, "You there to help, but you talk about there to like take the load off of like cooking and cleaning and stuff like that. That's fine, but that's not what she was talking about. She talking about the boys, the boys, and then maybe at this point it just run this course. And I think she's kind of like low key bitter of the ladies forcing her to stay or make her stay in the marriage when she wanted to leave the first time. So now you have the chance this time, girl. Do what you got to do. Your kids is grown. They don't need you like that. They all going to college or they're out, graduate college, going to law school, whatever they want to do. They don't need you like that. So they still gonna be around, but they not like babies or teenagers and stuff like that that need your constant on them. They can feed for themselves. Whatever you and Cecil did and taught them, they should be able to do it moving forward on their own. So at this point, the boys out the house, your empty nesters, and the person you with, y'all can fake the funk and have a good time when y'all out and parties and other faking the funk, but deep down you miserable being with him. And I think y'all be best off as divorcees and best friends. Sometimes staying with the person may not be the best for you, and then when you not with the person anymore, y'all go the best of friends. I heard stories about that. People say we are better off as friends and not being married to each other. So what season was that she and Cecil had problems? Oh my gosh. It's been so long. It was a season that season with Tammy, that that best friend that he had. I'll probably say it's still the season that Mariah was still on. So I don't remember what season was that. It was early season. I would probably say like 7, something like that. Whatever season that Mariah was on, it was one of those seasons before she left. They're in the 12th season, so it's been a season long ago. But I do feel like she low key didn't like that they forced her to stay because now y'all make me stay, and then Qual, you end up divorcing your man, and you know that's a whole big thing. And now we understand why she divorced Greg, because you know the abuse that going on, the physical altercation in their marriage, and the stuff that was happening. It was detrimental to their relationship, so she had to leave. So if you could find a way to not leave the man because you're unhappy in your relationship, why y'all forcing me? And everything. Also, when she mentioned that she ready to check out, everybody said, "Oh, oh, yeah." He said, "Oh, oh, don't do that, Simone. No, Simone." I said, "No, y'all need to stop it. Stop it. Stop with that no, Simone, and everything and all that stuff." Because at the end of the day, can you even? I say, Carl, you and Simone just got back together, so now you try to champion her to stay, to stay. If she's unhappy, be there, be a friend, and say, "No, girl, I'll be there for you when you need to. There, you want me to help you? I did." Like y'all need to stop doing this or forcing people to tell them to stay, to stay. No, I'm not giving no advice to stay or not. What you want to do? I could be a listening ear, but what you want to do? Do you work that? If you tried all your means of opportunity, you exhaust everything in your power to save this marriage. If it's nothing benefit for you, it's okay to let it go. It's okay to let it go. I know sometimes other issues comes up like finance and everything, but it seems to me if they running your coattail, you got the most money. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he might come around. So I'll be with her for a long time. He might get alimony or something. I don't know all that stuff, but that's something you got to think about that when you deal about it. When it comes to a point, but you don't need to tie yourself to being miserable for the rest of your life. When you like pass you next in your later stage of life, you pass 50, so it's like you want to enjoy. You don't even know when you go leave this earth, so you don't want to be miserable for the rest of your enjoyment and all that stuff. You and Cecil could be the best of friends. You and Cecil could still knock on the boots if y'all want to, if y'all want to get it down. But y'all need to be tied to each other legally, marriage. I can let it go. Yeah, I will figure it out. Yes. It wasn't the earlier seasons. It had to be one of the earlier seasons. It had to be one of the earlier seasons that Mariah was the number still there. And that's when they was having problems. And they was telling her she could stay and all that stuff. Because she was ready to leave him because he had this best friend named Tammy or Tiffany, whatever her name is. And they had emotional affair. It wasn't physical between those two, but it was emotional, still damaging than doing the act. And tell her things and checking out, and he's honest about it too. So, but they would say, listen, if you go want your wife and keep the marriage, she telling you need to let that girl go. And so he ended up letting her go to save this marriage with Simone, and she started to stay with him. But then as things going on and further on, she still feel like he don't have her back. And what especially comes to these boys, and the recent season, we see the dynamic. They'll sit down there. She say, "You never had my bag. You're not in front." And I'm glad that Caesar brother told her the deal. He said, at the end of the day, you need to have a united front with your wife. You want to be right about it, it's like that, yeah. But at the time, you need to be a united front because your kids is gone now. And that's what you have. If you're not united, what's the point? That's that. Heavily got a brother, and he just came out recently and reached out to him and found out she has a brother. And everybody said, "Oh, I would not accept no new person who just came out." I said, at the end of the day, whatever it is, what it is. If somebody came out of my life and saying they my brother or sister, stuff like that, I said, let's check information. Whatever. I don't know my father. I grew up without my father, so I know who he was. I find out, and we got DNA tests to find out who he is and everything, and all that stuff like that. And noted that when he got my mother pregnant, he was way older than my mother, and that's what the birth certificate shit. He was born in 1928. I said, "Ooh," "Ooh, child." But well, I like what his brother said because it's when like out there exactly. He said, "Yeah, you right, but oh, you really listen to what your brother's saying?" Mm-hmm. So, but I said, "Yeah, I don't know my father like that," and I was got his thing. But I was like heavily, so you really took this time to find out your father was shit, wasn't shit. You thought it was a cheater because you think he was a wholesome man. I said, "Girl, you ain't had no freaking easy upbringing that according to you, and your sister really get along like that." And then your mother had you sleeping in some freaking room without no windows that much, so you didn't have a good upbringing like that. And then you want to know your mother and father have been married all this time, and then you realize your father had an outside baby, allegedly. Hopefully, I mean, I guess it is what it is until I get a DNA test to confirm it. But outside his marriage. I mean, that's not uncommon. So I don't know where kind of world you came from and thought that. Oh, now you realize man ain't shit. I said, girl, where you coming from? Oh, that's around my time my dad and my mother was married. Okay, and yes, hey, so you realize your father stepped out, and your mother knew. She both knew. Sometimes these women knows. They're just telling y'all, but they know what's going down. But they had a family reunion and all that stuff. That was cute. That was a nice idea to bring everybody bring their family. They had all their color shirts, and that was cute. And it had a mac and cheese bake off. But and then different dynamics. So let's get to some of the details. So that was summarization for some of the ladies. And, we ready to talk about contestant motions because she, or the recent episodes, she really had a storyline. She just mostly coming to the events and make a little commentary every now and then. And she wanted to do the girls trip. So the girls trip is happening up. But most of her storyline was happening the first 3 episodes. We talked about that already. About her and Scott. Mimi. Oh, the real thing about Mimi. Powers to parents out there. Powers to people. Prayers and much prayers and blessings to parents who have special needs children. Because I know it's not easy. I know it's difficult. Sometimes might not. You signed up to be a parent, but sometimes you may not have the equips the tools to take care of children who special needs. But because you decide you want to be a parent, you step up and do the best you can. So I appreciate every one of them who's out there who's doing it for the best that they can. It's not easy with the kids who's already normal. So to add the extra layer of extra attention or extra like money or like schooling and hospitalization, whatever you have to do for the child to at least function, to become a functional adult, it is not easy. So for Mimi and her husband Steven, with the boy who sometimes like make them on edge because he could be erratic with his behavior, he the tantrums and the hitting and stuff like that, the social cues and all that stuff like that. Their other daughter had to have their little normalcy of her 7 years life because it's a lot for her to deal with and whatnot. And I forgot to mention this before because I think this happened this episode 3. I think episode 4. But when a brother hit a girl, this daughter, and they forced him to hug and everything. And I said, I don't like that narrative because it makes it seem like, oh, a woman get hurt, she's supposed to accept the hug and everything like that. She don't have to. Like, at the end of the day, I know they separated the all stuff, and he say sorry and whatnot. But if she didn't want to give him a hug because he harmed her, it's okay. Like, not to force the hug, the interaction, just because he's a brother. He had to learn that he can't be doing that. And she had to learn that, oh, a man harm me, I just can't accept it and just move along just because she want to give you a kiss or a hug or like that. I don't know. So that's the only thing. I mean, it is what it is. They did what they let them hug it out and everything. But I just felt like she could have a right to have a little moment of being harmed by her brother and stuff like that, and separate and let her console her, say it's okay and everything, and you don't have to. I know there's one other thing, you don't have to like accept a hug or whatever it was and whatnot. But she said she'd be driving, that she'd be on edge because you don't know what he gonna be doing, and like it could be anything erratic. So there's a lot going on. So I commend them for that. I know it's not easy. And to have a good partner like a husband like Steven to be there by your side to know how to handle the boy. And it seemed like looking at the episode, it seemed like he still in Pampers or something like that. So it's like maybe he don't go in the bathroom on his own as much yet. So those are a lot. So hopefully it gets to the point that he can be self-sufficient and it'd be good. But I know it's gonna be a challenge throughout the thing. So I commend him for that. It's not easy. It's not easy. So, all right. So let's get to some of the details about a lot of these things. Toya and Eugene, about that aftermath of the party. Because I was like, Toya was definitely doing the most, and she was wrong. She was wrong. Period. I don't care. When nobody says she was wrong, point blank, period. Because at the end of the day, we had a party. A lot of people don't want to go to parties and go freaking do games and stuff like that. They just want to have food. They want to have a drink and sit down and chit chat and mingle and shoot the shits. All that game and doing that extra stuff. It's y'all doing that because of TV. I'm like, what all that? Most of my parties will be doing all that game stuff. Now, if you want to games and stuff, if I go to a party, I like to, as long as I have the good food and good drinks, I am fine, and music. And I can dance, I'm fine. That's a good party to me. I don't need this extra stuff. Robbie, you did all this kind of things. No, I don't need all that. It's like that. And if you want to do a game, that's fine. Just little simple drinking games to have everybody like this one party like last year we had a game. It was nice. If you in a circle, we pass around the cups, the music was going. Whatever music stopped at, you got the cup in the hand. If you stop on, you get eliminated, but you have to take a shot. I said, that's good. That's cute. We drinking, everybody, and get a little cute game. It doesn't take much effort and none much stuff. But she put the hula hoops down on the floor and all that stuff. People just got there. I was like, why are we doing all this stuff? That's one thing I don't like about the show. They want to do the games. Another thing I hate when they try to do is every time we get together, they want to do questions. And then these questions be messy. Matter of fact, I want to sit down. Can we just sit down and shoot the shit and eat? And then talk? Why do we have to do these questions and all this as reflections? I said, ugh, that's why I can't do myself in a reality TV show because I'll be so annoyed. I said, here we go again. So for her to be doing all that, and then the tension with her heavily already, because she's before that party, they had this group text. She said, "Who fake bag is this?" I said, "So you act like you going around like you driving down or freaking just because you be wearing name brand doesn't make you fashionable because you ain't all that fashionable dress like that yourself. So we ain't dressing down like that. She thinks she is to be to freaking coming off at people about fake bags." I said, "So the fuck what? They got a fake bag, man." So why she got to buy a fake one to fit in? I said, I don't know why she had to buy a fake one to fit in. I don't know. Does she really fit it in? Is she buying a fake bag? She buying a fake bag. She buying a big fake bag, and it's what it is. Is it really bothering you that she has a fake bag? And then you're going back and forth in this group text, and then heavily with her drabs about the penis size. I said, listen, oh my God, emasculating him to my manhood. I said, I wish everybody make it seem like Toya said her man's dick was small. She never said her man dick was small. If I remember correctly, she said, I just wish it would have got any bigger, knowing that her husband dick wouldn't get any bigger. She never said small. She just said get any bigger, meaning that maybe his dick is a good average size, and she maybe hopefully a 9 or 10 or whatever inches. I you never know what she was looking for, but she never said it was small. And if it is, but she ain't come out her mouth. She just said get any bigger. People took that. She said, oh, she said her man dick is small. No, she never said that. She said any bigger, meaning that, hey, some people got this really gay life for an example. Some people are size queens. So if you're not like 10 or 11 or certain inches, don't even bother even talking to them. You might have a good 8 inches or 9 inches and doing it well in the box, but they say, nah, that's too small for them. So you need to have this on better. And some people say, no, that's way too big. You might have to give me an average size dick. I'm good with that. You ain't gonna be flecking on my walls. Give me, ooh, I'm running around and be walking around at a cute angle, and I can't walking around like straight. I'm walking around at obtuse angle degrees. No, I can't walk around like I'm 90 degrees. Hell no. My legs all separated and shit because you knocking out the freaking boxes. Like, what the fuck is that? Child, what we doing here? Chanel. So no, what you know? She never said it was small. She just said any bigger. Meaning maybe, I don't know, maybe she felt like she wish her husband was a freaking 10 inches or 9 inches. Maybe it was a good average, maybe good 7 or 8 inches or whatever. Oh, 6, 7.5. We don't know. But she never said it was small. But when you say things like that, and ladies, you got these ladies around your group, they gonna say, "Oh, she said her man nigga small." She said any bigger. She was hoping it would get bigger, meaning whatever the size is, it's a size. But it probably is this, but she probably wanted that more. So you never know. Oh my God, thanks for the boo. How you doing, boo? Chad, I be missing you. This is one of my original people who be supporting me. Hey, how you been? I was thinking about you. I said, where's Brittany at? I know she be working hard. Hey, Will. Miss you. Listen, yo. So, like I said, she never said it was small. But, with group of ladies, that's a dig. So, I think Toya needs to sometimes just not say things to say things because you think you being honest with your girlfriends, but they're going to use that as a jab against you, especially when it comes to your husband and everything. And whatnot. I know Heavenly said she said that because Toya was talking about her son. But I said, I think Toya didn't talk about your son. Talk about you should worry about your family and I worry about me. But I ain't specifically talk about your son. And another lady say that, well, Toya did not say nothing about your son specifically. But anything you mention about family and stuff like that, they take it as or whatever jab they want to take it as. They can say, "Oh, you talk about my mother." I said, "Get out of here." So, but and that's like, hey, so even though you watch the show, the themes could be similar. And it's like, you know, some things you don't be saying, even if you with your friend, good bestie friends. And I said, this group of friends, y'all ain't all that friends because the way how y'all use information from each other, just those dags. I want to say shit. So for talk about your man, penis size, or talk about whatever it is, she never said it was small. She said, I wish it would have gotten it bigger, meaning that whatever size it is decent size. But I'm like a size queen. I want a bigger size. Hey, it is what it is. So, but having to use as those jabs, my man and Nick and man and I fucking. I said, get the fuck out of here. We don't care about your little secret sick fantasy with your daddy. I can't stand them anyway. So, girl, if you want to enjoy that, go ahead. Enjoy that little stuff. So, but you did go with the fake bag. I said, girl, all that was not necessary to do all that. So going back and forth, and then you invite her to the party, invite her to the house, and he said like a get out of work day free. I said you should have supported it as living the life of the Toya party, but whatever, because they live a cushion life. A lot of them working, a lot of ladies working and being doctors themselves and doing all stuff. They don't have the life like Toya has, where she can stay at home and buy these bags and do it all and take care of the household while husband's out working. I guess they wish they could have that. But no, they choose to work and have careers, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So they coming in there, everybody come in, taking the whole tour of the house. This is so nice. She got this big old freaking orchid tree in the house. I said, well, I don't know what we have all that for. We the Romance of Three Kingdoms like that. People play games. Y'all probably know what that is. So like we the peace tree and stuff like that. It was like we offered them a sisterhood or something. I mean, all that. Like sometimes people be doing the most, but listen, that's your house. That's your house. I wouldn't be doing all that. So we do that. The guys sitting outside like normal fashion. The girls doing them. I said the guys thinking that they can sit down like normally what they normally do. Sit down, have a little conversation, a little chit chat while the girls have the film and do their scenes. But now she want to have a game that fight to have all the girls, the guys, and the guys like they want to play no game. And Eugene's like we could get out of work. And he was joking, but Toya was really upset and pissed off, and then be berating him in front of the group. And then heavily, and Mimi and some of them were saying things like, "Well, you should be saying that like that." So when Miss Toya talking and going off of her husband, And he's like agitated. Everybody seeing this like they didn't like what's going on. And why she berating him in front of the people like that. They making comments and she listening and she hears it. So it was like, she said, step up and be a man and lead the man. I said, I don't need to lead nobody. What the fuck? I'm going to sit down and chill out. Why the hell do we need to play the games? Like, can we just sit down and eat? Like, come on, we just getting there. And then we had, they had like models. And, you know, models was like shirtless and they had pants on or like Speedos, whatever it is. Because it was like a pool party, whatever it is. And they had a lady there too. And I said, y'all need to stop it. Y'all know Toy get down like that. That's how Toy is. Toy is always having making male models. So I had to figure, take the damn food and shut the fuck up. I said, some of y'all was doing all that and figure judging. I said, enjoy the fucking food and look at the eye candy and move on. Gosh. Aggravating me. That's what I said, y'all is exhausted. So then we had this party. I said, well, come on, Toya, why we had to play this game? So now people was not, a lot of people, they were going outside because they had to do what they could do, but they didn't want to try to play no game. So she berating him. They going back and forth, and she was doing a lot. And he said, you got to stop talking about these funny people. And I said, I don't give a damn about these bitches. That's what Toya said. And get agitated to the point that people was like, They said, everybody sit here, I don't want to sit here, and everybody talking about me, and don't give a damn motherfucking marriage. I talk about Heavenly, I talk about Mimi, I talk about Brandy. Y'all don't give a damn about me, so I don't give a damn about y'all like that. So I was like, oh, child. So everything went left. It was sour. Now everybody got to go home, and you know, Heavy said, what the hell I said to you? I don't know what's going on. Like, get the hell out this house. I ain't staying here. And also, so maybe it's, you know, she's talking and she making her judgment. You know, Steven over there eavesdropping what's going on with the conversation that Toya is having with Eugene. I said, what y'all do? So y'all up here judging them, judging this relationship as well. And there's no way to talk to your man like this, and no way to do this, and no way to do that. And I was like, yes, it's so much going on. Toya was on one. Eugene, maybe he could just play it along, especially if you know your wife is agitated and one. But at the same time, she gotta realize she can't just be talking to you anytime she wants. Every time she get upset, she just do loud. She does that. She had a history of doing this before too. And knowing him that he put his foot down. He never push over. He would check her sometimes. Or most of the time, he will check her. But it's like, don't know. So all that went down, and the next day they talk. And he said he want to apologize and take accountability. I said, I don't think he should really apologize, but you know, he took accountability. He don't even have to apologize, but he took accountability. Maybe he should have read the room, read the temperature, and step up. But when you say the masculine comments on stepping up and lead a man and all that stuff, that was hurtful, and I ain't like that. And he took accountability, and he said what he led out, what he apologized for, and what he took accountability for, and that's that. And when they asked her, well, you gotta say, she said, You did all that, but you don't feel like you don't even know what the hell you did wrong. And you know, you took your while to apologize and take accountability. I said, girl, that's when they call you Tacky Toya. That's what they call you Tacky Toya. That was like, get out of here. Oh, Susan. So I know they had this family reunion. I'm jumping around, so it's no order. Like I said, I had taken no notes. So they had the family reunion, Heavy invited people. It was like they had a mac and cheese bake off. It was so funny that Heavy trying to make a mac and cheese for a mac and cheese bake off. I said, I ain't no sitting there doing that. Just hire a chef. But I ain't knowing they was doing the bake off, so they had to cook for themselves. So she called Jackie. I said, you know, Jackie, no, they ain't no cook herself. So I don't know why you asking her, a person who don't cook, asking how you make mac and cheese. I said, it ain't hard to make no mac and cheese, especially baked mac and cheese. And said, what you do? So Jackie told her, you got to boil the water and everything. She didn't say boil the water. She said, you got to boil the noodles and everything, and it takes 45 minutes. I said, 45 minutes? I said, Jackie, what the fuck are you talking about? And Emily said she looked at the box. She said it said 5 and 7 minutes. Because I said, yeah, when you boil the water, like a nice boil, and you put the noodles in, it doesn't take much. It start expanding. You gotta keep stirring and everything. Don't make it to overcook it. And one night, then you drain the water. You know when you start puffing up. Because it's hard when it get in there. And when it start puffing up and you stirring in everything, get nice and al dente how you want it to be. And then you drain the water, put it back in the pie, you mix with the water, milk, and the egg, and your cheeses, and your seasoning, and all that stuff like that. And all that stuff, and put it, mix it all together, and shit, and put it on the thing, and put the layers, tops in the thing. Don't get no shredded cheese. Make your own shredded cheese. And, that's how you do it. And you season the cheese on the thing how you want it, and then you bake it in the oven. And that's that. So they having a bake off. Everybody bring their stuff. Everybody was their family. Qual was deep with her stuff, with her family, and she brought like 1,000,001 people there, and it was cute. And people say the brother. They said, "Oh, you got a brother? So you just create a brother?" I know she ain't create a brother. It's just that father was a Rolling Stone. She found out she has a brother, and even the brother said he only met like the father like one time and everything. They realized at the end of the day we didn't even see him much because he wasn't around and he wasn't a father. I said that's why usually mostly is. They create these kids and not in their children's lives. But y'all going around and saying boys are easy to raise. Shut the F up. No, they not. Go back to my other videos. They all neglected. They're not easy. If they were easy, they will not be doing a lot of the stuff that we're doing now. They will be taking their responsibilities. They will not mistreating women. They don't lead the household. They will not be abusive. They will not be creating children and lead them high and dry and with no father. But people, when Ebony Cave did her thing, she said she had her own self-conceit. She raised a kid on her own. People say in the comment section, "Oh, the kids need no father." No, they don't, because a lot of kids don't have no fathers now. So what they need about now? What they need? Y'all pick me asses. Yeah, I'm cursing off the storm. I don't care. Children, no, they don't. Talk about the ones that don't have children now. Are you gonna get them? Certain kids need their father. I said, well, you need to start at home, raising these boys to be there and step up and raise their children. They want to fucking go around, spread their sperm around. The kid get hit, and then they just ghosts. You talk to them like you talk to them figure Rubik's cubes. Like they talk like you try to crack a code, talking to them about raising their children. F out of here. So no, they don't need no children. They don't need no fathers. So if a woman want to have a kid, then they have the kid to their own self. And these dads, they could just up and leave. But you, since you went through all the body changes, all that stuff to carry the child and almost lose your life, you had this natural bond with the child. And then they act like they get freaking all pissed off because you got to spend your time with the child. And they say, "Oh, you neglected me." You go like, "Shut up! You're the pacifier." Because last time I checked, you're a grown man, acting like a little boy. Like boy, it's just there's a baby, right? He's on my titty. So what the hell you want to piss off about? Get jealous of a child. You the one who created it. Help me created it. Like, girl, stop. I just went on a tangent. It just got me agitated, So when it comes, they was like, "Listen, y'all didn't realize, and it is what it is." If somebody comes to start up and say that their family member, ask the question to get a DNA test. I know they asked her, would she want to get a DNA test? She said, yeah, she would. And he wanted to get one too. I said, I know why he wouldn't get one. He should, if y'all want to know his sister or not. Let's get this test done and we find out it is, and then we make up lost time. Or not make up lost time, we just build a bond, move forward. And I think it'd be great for her because, we know her sister don't really have a good relationship. a close relationship. So maybe if we're gonna have another sibling, even though she found out her father was Rolling Stone and had a child while her parents was married. All right, boom. Thinking he said he's 59, she's 54. So I guess between, and she said her parents were married for like how many years? I think 11, 12 years. And she said within like, after 3 years in the relationship, it's like that, he stepped out in a marriage. Yeah, between 9 and 4, they're 5 years apart, right? Yeah. So I said, ooh, mm-mm. Or she 59, he 54. I don't know. Whoever it was, I know it's 59, 54. So that was that. So we just take Bake Off. Toy is cheating. And even one of the family was telling, I think, telling Heavenly, no, telling who they were telling. Heavenly, I think they were telling Heavenly that this lady was cheating for her son. I said, at the end of the day, if your son was 15 years old and he cooked and you know he could cook well, let him win on his own merit. I felt like a lot of people was already voting for his mac and cheese anyway, so let him win on his own merit, not because he win because his mother's cheating for him. Come on, I think he probably wouldn't win anyway because they saw that he's a younger one there. The mac and cheese was good. It tasted well. He's getting a lot of votes. But going around taking it on the box so you can cheat for your son so he can win the prize. I said, that's tacky. I said, girl, don't do that. There. And then also within that same breath, that party, like I said, tacky, you was whack. I don't care what nobody says that was dusty for you to do that. And I can't stand her. I don't like nobody who does that craziness because her and Angel's talking. Angel says she's open. She looking for a man, whatever, like that. And I guess Toya said she had someone, a Eugene friend or whatever, Eugene works with, and she could hook her up with this guy. She said, "Hey, I'm open. It is what it is." I don't know where did Toya mind to feel like that Angel said she was going to get with the guy, stay with the guy, marry the guy, have children with him because you suggested him. You don't even know if the guy would even like her. You don't even know that she would even like the guy that you picked. You don't even know they're going to have a connection. But in somehow you made like, if I hook you up, you supposed to stick with what I'm hooking you up with. I said no. She's open. She's single. She can do whatever she wants to do. So when Angel brought a guy named Dr. Bernard there, they had this on and off relationship going on because they know each other for a while. They dated before in the past, so I guess it's on and off. She brought him there to the to the family cookout, family reunion without barbecue, whatever it was, family reunion. And they was talking. Toy came over there. Oh, what's your name? It's like that. Oh, you kind of find out that you find out that she wanted me to hook her up. I said, how? What the hell? Why would you say that? Yeah, Toy the one who like to drink Patron. Yeah, she's the one who like to drinks all the time. She's the one to stay at home. She's a stay at home housewife. And Eugene's doctor who goes travel to work now and then. And, she makes money from the show, but she stay at home. And yeah, she's always been on one. She's always on 10. And this season, she's definitely on one. Like I said, that's why I put in my thing. She's always on one this season. I said, why is she so amped up this whole season? So far, this whole season, she be very amped up. So she going around. She said, oh, I said, good, you don't even know this guy. You don't even know how, if this guy would be so freaking pissed off, and you don't even know that had an engine that she would have been in the car and knocked her side of the head. He said, girl, who this? You try to talk to another man or try to play me or something like that? You don't even know what he was going to do. And you don't mess that up. You don't even know that he was going to, like Angel said, you don't know this guy could probably pay my mortgage, and you mess that up because you try to tell him. I said, you never talk about somebody else of a potential partner of a person that she was in front of the guy. That's not even it's not even a girl code. I think it's a human code or a code period. Because at the end of the day, if I see you with someone, and I know you single, and I know the other day you were chilling with someone or you were chatting with someone, I'm not gonna go and just say, girl, did I know what you? I know. That's what I'm talking about. And you want a man. I said, yo, I know I saw Trey, the guy you were dating yesterday, and that guy you with looking at you like what? Even though it's nothing wrong with what she was doing, but it's like no one was doing. But I was like, that messed up because my friend would look at me and say, "Yo, what's going on with that? You don't do that to nobody. If you see them with someone else, don't even mention somebody else. That's dusty. That's a bitch move. For real." And Angel has every right to check Toya for that. Because that's not a friend. That's not a friend. I know Angel just came new to the group, but that's not a friend that I'm leaving around because the fact that she would do that, oh, she messing with my family. I said, what the fuck family she messing with? Who is she messing with? Because she asked you to hook her up with someone? Yes, you can still do so. And if you felt type of way, you should have took Angel aside. Said, girl, did you ask another man you want to hook up with a man? Like, who is this guy? Like, she said, yeah. And to a side to side, but not in front of him. And then you ask him, oh, is he good and bad? I was like, Namyo any cure, Namyo any cure. Because I know Angel was sitting there like, because I know Angel from Basketball Wives. It's like that. I think she was on that show. She was on that series. And I said, so she know how things go down. And I know she's sitting there, it's like, seething. I said, girl, what the fuck is she so doing? And I said to her, you don't know social cues? Because I could have sworn, like, girl, you were not like that. Somebody did that to you. You know, did a date with Eugene. He said, hey, girl, what's going on? Yes. Remember what's going on? Like, on how Eugene, what's up? Are you satisfied in bed? Because I know she said your thing couldn't get any bigger. Oh, you average size? Because according to her, you ain't knocking the box right. Even though she might not say no of that. You're not mandingo enough for her. How's the sex? You know, she wasn't like that at all. And you know, he would probably be pissed off because I mentioned all that in front of his face. Oh, Toy, did I see you talk to another man the other day? On his face, touching his chest and everything. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. In front of her husband. How you know how she would like? No, she would not like that. She might want to fight her. Nah, bitch. Like, what possessed her? Like, learn your social cues. She was saying stuff left and right, antagonizing people, and you and don't expect that people to come back at her or challenge her or confront her or correct her. She hate when you want to stick up for yourself. How dare you stick up for yourself and come at me for what I said it to you? That's what she said. I have something to talk to you because Angel event. She said, I got something to talk to you, and we're gonna talk about that another time. She said, why are you bringing it up? Because I'm not a fake friend. Because I'm not a fake friend. So also when Mimi was talking to Brandy, that I'll talk about that Mimi Brandy in minutes because I like how Mimi was trying to check another grown man, a woman, for her choices and what she said. Even though she may not have a right thing, but how you going about it, she said, you want to man align yourself, you better be careful who you align yourself with. All that stuff. Brandy said, girl, who the hell you trying to talk to? I'm not your child. Someone, because you don't want to be lying yourself with this what I said. And so Toya said, who you talking about? I told Toya, you. Said it right there. Toya. I know that's like Dr. Mimi. Don't be scared. I was talking about Toya right there. Toya, that one right there. Yeah, but doing all that, and even when Toya reiterated to the group, because they had split to two different groups. Like I said, I didn't take no notes. I don't care what group or what group. But I know this group is divided. And Toya talked to one group, and Angel talked to another group. And Toya was telling them what she said, and everybody was looking at her. She said, "What? You said that, girl? You don't say that." Simone, Contessa, Brandy, everybody in the friend group said, even in both friend groups said, "Girl, that was not the thing to do. You don't do that." Girl code. And Toya act like she ain't do nothing wrong. Oh, she messed with my family. I said, no, she didn't mess with your family. At the end of the day, what the hell you thought? You thought because she asked you to hook her up, that she supposed to stick with that person. No, she's single. That's why it's not good. Sometimes it's not good to tell your friend group, oh, you desperate for a man. I'm looking for a man. Come in with a man. It's like that. Because they don't think that, oh, because they do you a favor, you be obligated to what they doing for you. I said, no, you don't need to hook me up. I could be single all by myself. I could please myself good. If I want to get a man, I could get a man. If I want someone my box to get locked, I could get someone to lock my box. It ain't hard to do so. Men only need a freaking hoe. They only know freaking emotional connections. They just need a hoe to work with. A location and a hoe. That's all they need. They can be ready. So she ain't hard for her to get one. And she's not a bad looking woman either. And when she wants sex, it ain't hard to get it. So it's not pressed for a woman like Angel to get what she needs to get. But to get a quality man, yeah. But sometimes talking to other females, this is the type of shit they do. So I'm glad that Angel confronted Toya and told her, I want to talk to you about it. Or another time. She said, why are you bringing it up? Because first of all, you said we should talk about another time. So she said, she told you, I have something to tell you. I want to let you know that I have some issues that what you did the other day, and we will talk about it another time. And why? Because I'm not a fake friend, and that's why. So I don't know. Toya sometimes can't even know social cues, but she does a lot antagonizing things. And then when everybody clap back at her, she don't know why you clapping back. So the whole they were at that freaking bag making part. I said, y'all going to event to make bags. And Toy spent most of the time trying to shade heavily about this bag, about this fake bag, about the fake thing, about fake that, and all that stuff. Now, I know why Toy May had that issues like that because they were going back and forth in text for it. And Toy said like a genuine message to wish everybody happy Father's Day. I wish everyone have a well blessed day for Father's Day and all stuff like that. And blessed family. It was a nice message. It was no shade. They had Heavenly come back and say, well, you make sure you tell your husband that on camera. I said, girl, that was shade. Now, Brandy and a lot of think they were shade, but when Heavenly clarified, they said, oh, yeah, girl, yeah. That was definitely shady. You were shady. I said, yeah, that was shade. What make you think? Tell her on camera. What you mean? Because she has to happen or not. 'Cause I remember when Eugene and Toy had a conversation, she did say she could do better with words of affirmation because that's something that Eugene's like. That's probably his love language, words of affirmation. And she probably could do better on that. So praise him on. But I was like, you try to tell me I just say happy Father's Day on camera? Like, girl, like, what would make you think I would not tell or do something for my husband on Father's Day when he been a good father and a good husband? Yes, I might cook him a good meal. I might give him a little present. I'm gonna give him a nookie later on the night and say Happy Father's Day, whatever. So that was that. It's like, oh. Yeah, so that whole thing, that whole bag making thing, I said, oh, child, that was a nice little event. But they're going back and forth like that, and then Jackie doing her normal thing, trying to chat out. I said, Jackie, at the end of the day, girl, this group is fractured. So everyone trying to break peace with these ladies, let them be, because these ladies, they don't resolve anything. They say they can move forward and all stuff like that, but the issue's never been really resolved. That's why the Eagles, the issue they always have in every season, always resurfacing. They always going. They always every season it started getting worse and worse. The bickering, the back and forth, the shadiness, the cattiness, the backstabbing, all that stuff started increasing every season so far because these ladies don't really genuinely like each other like that. They don't. They're being cool with each other because they know each other is familiarity, but they don't really like each other like that. They don't. She almost crying. Then she said, "Oh, y'all make me sweating. I mean, musty. I forgot my deodorant." I said, "Girl, y'all deodorant escape you, girl. Get the hell out of here." Escaping you for. So that was that thing. Oh my gosh. Simone. Simone was Cecil. Like I was saying, Simone was talking to Jackie and telling her that how she feels and how things going, and she was saying, yes, the sex is still good. She could still get her orgasm. She could still get her little wet, and so the sex is still good. When we go out, we have a good time, but it's just that it's not enough. That's not. It's keeping me for with him. Don't have my back. I just still feel stuck. She said the OBGYN doctor she is. She said she tired. She don't want to deliver babies anymore. So the obstetricist part of the thing, she's not doing it anymore. She's just gonna be a gynecologist. So she dropping the OB. So to reduce her workload, to cut back. I'm just tired of working myself on the bone for people who's ungrateful, who don't appreciate what I have been doing. And she also somewhere low key didn't like that Cecil left his figure corporate job. Because I remember when he did, and I do believe that Simone didn't like that so much. Because the heavy burden became more her now with the finance. Hence why the boy said, I have a mother who has money. He ain't say he got parents. He has a mother. So she dropping the OB and she's taking a step back and whatnot. And Jackie said, you seem like you want a divorce. And so Simone said, is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. It's not. It's not. Marriage is not the end or be all for people. I know everybody trying to condemn people if they've been together for a long time. Why you not married? Person, so I said maybe they wanted to get married. Stop projecting yourself onto them. Maybe they want to get married. Maybe they feel like marriage will mess it up. Be good right now. So when she had a conversation with Cecil, because her brother was telling Cecil, they said you got to have a united front with her, and with an all kind of thing. You got to be there with the wife. It's like that. So he was giving him sound advice. Cause he said, "Oh, I'm making money. So my boys don't stay on the financial line. Like if I had to stay, we make." I said, "Boy, nobody's staying on financial aid line anymore like you was. At the end of the day, these days, most stuff is done online. Then once you get your schedules and the approval, you go to financial aid, get the final step approval, get your paperwork, and call it a day. You don't have to stay online. Most of quick and easy. Get it done online, all that stuff. Then you can meet them face to face, get everything approved. Then and there, finance, class, schedule, all that stuff, transcript, whatever you need to get. And you move on. Nobody staying in lines for hours unless you want to stand online to get help with them. Most of the stuff could be done online. So then all that, the brother was giving him sound advice, which was good sound advice. And he said, you know what, you're right. Shut him down. They're sitting there, Cecil's making a bag of cheese for the cook off. And she just saying about how she don't feel like nobody can give a fuck. He said, what you mean? And you seem like you said, I don't give a damn about you and I help you, don't nobody help you. And what you doing? I'm helping you and I'm here. Cleaning and I'm taking so low for you. She said, right. Yeah, you have and everything, but it just something. But I would say you need to be straight up forward and say, listen, yes, we may have something, but I just don't feel supported. I don't feel like you have my back in this areas when it comes to the boys. A lot of load is taken off of me, and I'm not talking about the plate of cooking and cleaning. I'm talking about the plate of finance and things like that nature, and being have my back and not be on my side, taking off the boys' side, don't step up, no matter down front. Those things I need supporting as well. So at the end of the day, you not doing so. But then they don't really resolve the issues, and then they end up joking and laughing things off and move on. Because I think he was making, she said, well, you know, I used to make, when I love to make mac and cheese. And he said, well, you be making it in the box. And they started laughing. She said, I make like good spaghetti and some barbecue chicken and mac and cheese and like that. And all that stuff. He said, I love you so much. She said, I was soft spoken. He said, well, you only soft spoken when you in the bed. And they started laughing. I said, so the issue they had, they just jump down in the rug, laugh it off, move on like they normally does. And they went to the party, having a good time, faking the funk. They laughing and kikiing, which I feel like Simone and Cecil could be great best friends, but not being married to each other anymore. Maybe they just wanted a course. Cause they can seem like it's still cool. It don't have to be a bad breakup. It had to be a bad divorce. Just let it be. But I need to everybody to be straightforward. Stop being passive aggressive, Simone, and just let him know. This what I need, and this is not happening. Point by period. Tell them what you need. And also figure out what you want in your life moving forward when this does happen. So that's that. Quad with King. Like I said earlier in this review, Quad, you need to stop begging. Because this whole IVF process, this is like their fourth time happening. Queen is having trouble because he said this is too much, it's taking a toll on that relationship, taking on stuff like that. He seemed like he don't really want another child. He don't want another child. That's point by period. We know. And I need him, and it's okay for him not want another child. It's okay for him to change his mind and move from this process. But you need to be direct with that. You are dancing around and masculine like you care for her, but you low key don't want to do it. Let it be known. And I know you give a hints and what you're saying, how you talking about it, and she's begging, please don't do this to me. And first of all, one thing, they took King, because King talked to, I think, Cecil and Eugene, whatever, when they was getting haircuts. Oh, not Eugene. Somebody was getting haircuts, right? And they were saying, listen, one thing I know about marriage is like that, and things like that, is of time and place. You can feel the way you feel, and you have a right to feel the way you feel, and it's valid. Nobody can take it away. But don't want to bring that up when it's like troubled times and this period, and she's heart invested in this. You don't want to bring this up. And when they had that text from Ghana, because they went to Ghana and they came back, and they had like 4 embryos, just like that, eggs. and that fertilized some egg, and they try to say a lot of them's not taken. Only one went to the 6th stage, but it's getting very slow. The other 3 is like slow in the 1st stage, so it's not really doing that much. So it's not like it's not really doing a good job in the take process. So they might just do it again and whatnot. And it's saying it's taking a toll in the relationship. It's too much. I'm caring about you. It's all that stuff. And she said, it's too much money. She said, well, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it because I can pay it myself. You don't have to worry about the money. And he said, oh, I'm just worried about because it's taking on your body and everything and whatnot. And I said, and then she started crying, don't do this to me. Don't. I said, you better stop begging this mother effer about this child. He telling you no more ways that he don't want no more children. When he said, oh, children, I've dodged a bullet all this time, having a little child, children, the blessings of the skies, whatnot, whatever he say. Children are blessed, Lord, blessings in disguise. Is that he has a daughter. That's why I understand why he was saying all that extra stuff, but he probably don't want no more extra children. And then he was saying, oh, you gonna give me a king, the masculine thing for the throne and the masculine children and the household, and this will take this. I said, what the fuck is he talking about? So you just want a boy? What you gonna say about you when it comes to your daughter? She ain't gonna be your legacy. You want this, you don't want this process so much, but you're doing it for her. No, if you don't want this, you don't need to do this for her. And that's why I say, Quad, do you really want your child? Because if you really want it, you don't need, you can do it any means necessary with or without King. I say, okay, cool. If you don't want to do it anymore, it's fine. I can continue this process for myself and I can get my baby. And like I say, if you really want, it's a really about a child. I understand a lot of people wants to have a child, carry their own child. A lot of women wants to have a child and carry their own child, have their own DNA. All that stuff. I understand that's beautiful, but sometimes it may not take. And every woman uterus, and every woman vagina and pregnancy journey is different. Nobody's the same. So some people might be prime and pristine and taking it in one try, or it'd be quick to get it, but other people cannot. They're different. That's why it's very important for, especially when it comes to women utilities and journey, the women not to tease each other and berate each other or joke on each other about their fertility issues, because you never know, you might happen going through yourself. You might go through it. Look at what she's going through right now, her 4th round, and it's still not going, and she might keep doing it again. I said, girl, you don't have to use your own body. You can get somebody else to do it. You can get the surrogacy, or you go to adoption. If you really want a child, you can have a child. Period. There are kids out there right now who need families. Sometimes don't want to stress your body out and don't do this. That's what I'm saying. If you really want it, or you performing it for the camera, or you just doing it because King is how King is with his daughter. I said, you didn't even mad with the guy, your stuff. I don't know about King. King don't seem all that great into it. And I hate her begging this guy for it. I said, no, don't do this. No. If I were called, I said, okay, cool. I got it. And he told you not to bring this up, but you brought this up anyway, King. So that's what I'm saying. He don't even give a damn. Still brought it up. Still brought it up after they told you not to bring this up in the home. Painful time. Still brought it up. It is too much. It's taking a toll on my relationship. It's what about it? I can't do this all stuff. But you were so excited about this time getting kings and boys, something like that. Just before the text messages came out. I was like, oh. So we'll see this journey going, but I said, girl, yes, he always making side comments. Always making some nice side comments that was like, Quad, listen, open your eyes. Open your ears and listen to what he's saying. You begging this man when he low key don't want it. And I want him to be straightforward and let Quad know. I said, Quad, listen. I want to help you have this child, but I don't want another kid. I don't want another kid. If I could do this for you, I could do this for you. But make it a line drawn. I say, don't say you're doing this for her and all that stuff, because you actually saying that you just doing it because you don't want no responsibility. If you don't want responsibility, so listen, I don't want no responsibility to no kid. I don't want another kid. I will waste on another kid. I'm done. That's that. So I'll be there for you in the journey. If you want it, I can do this, but I can sign the rights. You have all the rights. You give the kid your last name and all that stuff and whatnot. And I can do this blessing. Or I can help you in the journey. We can go to sit in the bank, do something else. And be that. Because he ain't moving to your house yet. So he ain't moving your house. He didn't know over time. So girl, I don't know what you're gonna do. And then you want to have the children at the end of the day. I said, girl, just because he's a good looking guy and you have sex 15 times a week doesn't make him a great candidate. Because he may not be abusive, physically abusive like Greg was, but he's okay. Could be kind of the same cloak and package and cloak a different way. Just because he's just nice looking, nice body, and you have a good sex. But the comments that he's making, it jabs at you. And you don't look at that, but when you start reflecting and realizing it, Quad, you gonna start living. I said, Quad, you was this woman, that independent woman, you don't even need man for nothing, and we was liking that. That's why I think of some of the ladies is like kind of like low key hating that, because especially Simone when it comes to Quad, because we don't even know her root issue with Quad. You keep bringing it up about how she left your kids, your ass, kids, but we still don't know the exact root issue. I believe one of the key root issues is that she low-key don't like that Quad is a freedom woman and her independence. When I wanted to leave my husband, y'all make me stay. Y'all had my back to stay for my marriage. Now I still want to go, and y'all still try to say, oh, no, Simone, no, Simone. But I say, girl, you divorce your man. So how y'all have fought for me to stay with mine, but you divorce yours? Even though we know why she divorced Craig, because Craig was not good. But still. And you know, a lot of these ladies male-identified. So they was trying to tell us, like, you need to stay with your man, stay this, like that. That's why they was giving Quad slack and heat, because she decided to divorce instead of sticking around and stick with it and deal with it. That's why they didn't want to believe her when the abuse was happening, when she was accusing that abuse. And they still didn't believe her after they came out. That's what I'm saying. Okay, Quad, if I was Quad, I wouldn't give a fuck what this friend Google. I ain't begging y'all. Y'all ain't want to believe me. F y'all. But then you going around trying to tell her, no, Simone, no, Simone. I said, girl, what you tell her no, Simone for? And she wanted to divorce. You should be the one to say, you know what, Simone? I got your back. I went through it. What you need? So that's how I think the Simone low key is not liking what's going on. Because, like, I want to divorce my man, and y'all was on my back to stay. And now you living free and living your life and whatnot. That's why she's figuring there is probably resentment from Simone, because Uncle the mother said, if I want to leave, I'm leaving. Exactly. I think that's why I think that's why I think it's Simone's key problem with Quad. You get to leave, and you left your marriage, but y'all component for me to stay with mine. And I'm miserable here, and you living your life. That's why Simone want to check VIN numbers and all that stuff like that, and checking houses, and if you paying this and paying that. I would say, I don't know what friend group is looking at people. Now, Quad, you saying you don't do that. I said, Quad, did you say, I said to Quad, you're not far fresh, because I think all of y'all do that. Y'all all be looking at each other information and bringing it up. Because were you on the one the other season saying, I know what Tori got the house. I don't know how she begged Barbara. I don't know how she got the house she got with that. You remember that season, that episode when she was talking to Heavy to somebody? She said, I know the reason why Tori got the house. And she begged Barbara still, and I know in that order. I remember that scene. So, girl, you ain't no friends. Y'all all be checking each other's information. Well, I don't know why Frank was doing all that. I said, I don't got time to check my stuff on my friends like that. I don't know now. Unless something really is come up, and I see some interaction make me feel pause, I just step away to keep my distance. I didn't be looking all that stuff up. So that's that. So with this whole heavily had almost done, y'all. So heavily had this launch campaign because she run the politics. I gonna stand firm on what I always say. I said if you are running for politics, I don't want you to see my TV screen on reality TV show. I don't want to see you. You should have took the season off. I'm sorry, that's me. I'm not taking it back. I said what I said. Mizzle said it. I feel like I don't care about any other shows. If you running for political office, it's like that. Political and reality TV show should not mix. You should. That's why I think she's doing a friend of the show because she was running. So it was a contract, and I think it was against her contract, so she couldn't be no full-time housewife when she running for office. So that's what she had to do a friend of contract, so she could be able to do her little political campaign and do the show. But I said I would just take a step back. You don't need the money like that. You don't. You got great businesses and everything. You don't need the money like that. Take a step back, run this office, and see how it goes. That's just me, because people can use the show as bring this up about your character and how you put yourself in like debates and stuff like that when you go and start doing these debates and happening. Well, I'm just saying. I mean, so she just having it, and she had Quad as a campaign manager. I say you should have somebody who's an objective person who's not your friend to do a campaign manager. Doesn't mean that Quad can't do it. I just feel like your campaign manager should be somebody who's in that field, who know what they're doing, who could propel you in that decision, and who's not tied to you in any kind of shape or form of a friend or emotional tie. It should be an objective person you could build a bond, who could be there for work purposes and who can help you out. And who's knowledgeable, and who's knowledgeable of that field. That's just me. But whatever, she got Quad as a campaign manager. I said maybe it's for TV purposes. Maybe she had another person who's in that field outside of this. She got to have a team. So, campaign manager, they had this freaking thing outside, like in the parking lot. Not much shade. It was very hot. It was humid. Not much thing to cover them up. People fanning themselves, sitting out there, supporting Heavenly in her campaign speech. Heavenly said, "Come on, get on the seats now. Go on." Talking about stuff. Everybody said, "Ooh, good. That's how you talking." And stuff. I know I saw T.S. Madison there. I think Yandy was there. A lot of people was there. And when she gave her speech, and she would say, "Well, everybody here supported me except for one." I said, "Girl, you had to do all that." So Simone came late. Toya was giving Simone cliff notes about what Heavenly was saying, and Brandon was sitting next to Simone. No, Brandon was sitting next to Toya, and Toya making comments. Brandon wasn't making comments that much, but Toya was making the most comments. But Brandon was sitting next to Toya, and I guess it's very cool and whatnot. And Mimi was sitting over there with somebody else, and I think she hearing what Toya was saying and stuff. So everything said is done. Speech was done, and it has been. Simone came late, and she said, "Oh, what's going on?" I think she came with her nieces or nephews, like that, and I think she came with her nieces because I was like, "What's the girl?" She came with nieces, and they hug it out, talk like that, and she said, "Sorry, I came. I saw I'm late." But Heavenly said, "Look, you just came, you supported. That's all that mattered, and whatnot." Toya gave her notes. So before that, Mimi, Angel, and freaking Brandy was standing next to each other. And Mimi was talking to Brandy. She said, she would say some notes something. She was coming at Brandy like she was sunning Brandy like she a child. Oh, you here and you making comments and you need to be careful who you line yourself with and Toya and all that stuff. And Brandy said, "What?" I don't know. Maybe was getting beside herself. She was getting beside herself. Now I understand what you mean saying was mean that you need to be careful who you align yourself with. Be careful with Toya and whatnot because your character and all that stuff. But the fact that you feel like you didn't need to check her, like you was like she's your child and come like this and doing all that stuff and you need to do this. And I said, girl, you being very judgmental right now. And let me make my decisions who I am talking to or with or not. But how you coming up to me like, girl, are you my parent? No. So I glad Brandy said, girl, what the fuck you talking to? And all that. So they're going back and forth. And she's like, Brandy, so Brandy's like, girl, get out my face. And so I stepped around. She said, who being more aggressive here? Who being more aggressive? Just because she turned her back on you. That's why she didn't that aggressive. But girl, whatever. I was like, ooh, yeah. But I was like, oh, that could be a problem. There'll be a problem. But I said, me was wrong for coming after Brandy like that. Whether she was right with her message, she was wrong with how she came at her. Because at the end of the day, I said, girl, you don't need you to judge me. I'm a grown woman. I can make my own decisions. And yes, Toya's tacky individual, and we'll see how that goes. But at the end of the day, she hadn't done nothing to me lately for me to turn my blind eye on her. So it is what it is. So Angel had a scrub event. So Angel scrub event, it was nice, nurses scrubs, be a style. You don't have to be boring to be a nurse. Go in style, scrubs, because it's your personality. You've been in all day, so you should feel how you feel in the scrubs and have personality and feel comfortable in them. So it looked like scrubs look nice too. Different variety, the pockets, functionality, the sleeves, all that stuff. So it was nice. So the Quad came support her friend and scrubs herself. So it was like, oh, Quad came in scrubs? So I said, yeah, she came to support her friend. Is that a problem? Is that a problem? So Erica's ladies there. And then I think Toya and I Simone was, I think, talking to Heavenly and tag teaming her a little bit. And like after saying Heavenly and everything going back and forth, and Heavenly, I think that's why Heavenly walked away. Because they were trying to test her. She said, if you can't handle this and stuff like that, I said, listen, I don't need you to test me. I don't need you to test. We're not in school for you to test me what I could do or not. I think Heavenly could handle herself. I think Heavenly got different businesses. I think she know how to talk to people, how to, switch and handle herself when it comes to business things. Now, when it comes to debates and stuff like that, yes. But at the end of the day, y'all the friend group that she know for a while that you're agitating, you have animosity with each other. So it's gonna be different coming from y'all than when she coming from somebody who's like a campaign opposite who want to go back and forth and debate and everything. I think she can handle that in her well. I think she could do it well. However, who's y'all to test me about what can I handle or not to convince them to give the support? I said I don't need to convince them. If you don't want to support her, you don't have to support her. Ain't no need to try to convince you in a way for doing a campaign. If you don't want to, if you have made your mind set that you're not voting for me because I'm your friend and you don't think I'm a good candidate, you don't need to do so. I can please other people who listen to me. I'm not working hard to please y'all too. Get out of there. So that's how the event came, and then Angel came in a nice gaudy body goddess metallic outfit. It was cute. That's sad. So it's your event, and why you not coming to scrub as a scrub fashion line. You don't want to wear scrubs. I say because she's a host. Where's wrong with you, Contessa? What is wrong with you? You need to be worried about less of she wearing scrubs and worry about why your fingers titties is social distancing. Yes, I said it. They look like they're scared from each other. I don't know what kind of surgery you got done or what was happening, but they botched it up. What about what? Actually, she's a host of the event. Why the hell she need to wear scrubs? So that was going on. So Quad said she had her friend back. She was telling Heavenly, listen, Heavenly, let's go. Don't want to mess up the event. And then so I got my girl back and want to mess my friend event up. He said, cool. And then I go around mess up your friend event while you going after Vicky Simone. I said, Quad, what the hell? What happened there? You showed your ass too, girl. So we kind of find out that Simone was checking VIN numbers and everything, and because Quad came on a Ferrari. I said, I don't like y'all fancy, sporty cars. I said, cute and that. I said, girl, if you want to have a style, you need to start working on getting your family car, a van, and stuff like that. Because when you have a child, you're going to need that one. These sporty cars not going to work with you when you hit the children. So you need to stop that. But you do it now for now because you're still single. Go ahead. But I don't like those two-door cars, sporty cars. That's cute. That's whack. That is me. So Simone checked her VIN number. She said everything, and then Simone submitted on. She admitted it online. She said, "Yeah, I'm checking." She said, "Yes, I got a problem. I'm checking the information." And Simone admitted that she does be checking information. She said, "Yes," but she said, "Nah, I've been checking VIN number. I've been checking houses and stuff that because I want to make sure you're paying." But I said, "Why the hell you need to know if she paying and things to pay for or not?" Simone, really? And one thing about Quad, she don't like when you talk about her finances trying to come out her pocket. She said, "So you got to somebody? Why you need a VIN number? You don't think a dirty bitch?" And so how Simone is microphone her ass. Simone's microphone. That's her nickname sometimes. Microphone said, "And I understand because I want to see you broken. You're in debt. I want to see you in debt and you're broken. And also, so I'm checking information." And they're going back and forth, back and forth. Angel said, "What the hell was going on?" So they ain't going back on. She's yelling, Quad's amped, and Angel had to get Quad together. She said, "Girl, what the hell's going on? You don't be doing this, my van. Like, you better charm the hell down. You must be helping me security the thing. And y'all going off crazy and going off about what's happening. Do you act like this?" I said, Angel, don't act like you new to this. You true to this. You been basketball wise. They go on way worse over there. So don't act like you don't know how things go down in these events. All right, boo. Don't act like you don't know how things go down in these type of events. So, girl, stop it. So, and then they had calmed down. The Quad was going off. Check out VIN numbers. I said, girl, you want me to check my VIN numbers? You dirty, dusty bitch. So I said, yeah, check the VIN numbers and they get upset, y'all. Check that VIN number, y'all. So I was like, cute call. I ain't checking nobody's VIN numbers. That's what it is. So that's when they sit down. That's when they sit there, stand around, and then Angel was like, "This is not when we go down. Not this event. It's not whatever." And she would say, "Toya, I have something to talk to you and everything." And Toya said that we could sit there, we have a look at one off. She said, "Okay, cool, we can do one off." And she said, "I want to know it's something bothering me, but we're gonna have a do time." She said, "So what?" She said, "We could talk another time." She said, "So why you bring it up?" Because I'm not a fake friend. That's that. Well, that's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up. Another fake one. I'll let you know that I have an issue. I'm gonna talk to you about it another time because we have one off. And I was just letting you know that I'm gonna let you know when we have it sit down. It's something that was bothering me. And I'm not a fake ass friend. So Simone said, in her face, she said, "Well, Toya's loyal. I said loyal because what? Loyal to what? And I got to come to find out the reason why Quad knew about the VIN number thing, looking up because I think Simone confided in Heavenly. I said, listen, y'all always talk about how Heavenly cannot keep her mouth shut and she always saying things. Stop confiding in her and telling her shit if y'all don't want her to go back and run around her mouth. Hello? That's why I say y'all exhausting. Because y'all know what's going on and y'all still doing it over and over. She said, I'm stupid enough for trusting Heavenly. And when I said, that's what you are stupid enough. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have. But now look at you now. Look at you. Look at you now, boy. So I was like, But I said, y'all need to stop. Stop telling each other stuff. Stop telling each other stuff. Think of a person about your life. I would say, Heavenly won't even know what kind of drawers I'm wearing today. She won't even know what kind of freaking food I make for breakfast. All that conversation I have with her, it gonna be surface level. How you doing? I'm good. What's up? Yes, we gonna have a good time. We gonna party. We're going out. We're gonna have to go out to eat, girl. Let's go out to eat. Oh yeah, girl. Oh yes. Everything will be surface level. You won't even know nothing about my personal life. Nothing. Don't know about what my husband is. Don't know what my children's doing. Don't know about you nigga. You don't know. No. You don't even know what kind of groceries. You don't even know what I'm buying in my house. Girl, what you cooking for dinner? I said, well, I'm not cooking it. Even though I'm lying, I said, I'm ordering out. You don't even know shit about what's going on in my household. We no family vacation. We ain't going to family vacation. We good. Exactly. They be talking too much. Exactly. They be talking too much. These people are not your friends. Exactly. So when you know the history of the person, you keep that ish surface level. You don't even talk not personal. I would tell my freaking Heavenly, I said my husband is the great man ever. He's great. I'm good. No, our marriage is good. We perfect. We all right. We going around here. Even though we might have issues. I said no, we good. That's it? Yes, we good. We good. How's you? How your family? Because you won't get nothing out of me. Shoot. If I have a name brand shirt, she wouldn't know what that shirt I got it for. I said I got it for Vims. Yeah, I do shop for Vims. I ain't lying about that. I do shop for Vims. That's one of my favorite shows. One of my favorite stores. Dr. J's. Y'all remember? Shell. Probably y'all don't know that. Dr. J's used to be my favorite show. They shut it down, but Vims is another store I get my outfit from. So I said I got it for Vims, girl. Even though I got it from Gucci store, but she always know that. She said, "You lie, you a lying motherfucker." I said, "Yes, I am, because you don't know shit about me. You don't want to know. I'm not telling you nothing." So I'll just say all that to say that Simone, don't be telling her nothing, because she ran tell that what you told her, and now people know, and now you're upset. So stop telling her stuff. So, and the angel came and checked Simone. She said, you need to be classy enough. You shouldn't be doing all that stuff like that." She said, "Well, you need to tell your friend about that." And she said, Angel did check her friend. But I don't know, Angel told her that she checked her friend. But Angel did check her friend Quad. And she told Quad, "You shouldn't be doing this, all that stuff there." So Quad calmed down. But she did check her friend Quad. But she came to checking you. She said, "You shouldn't be doing this like that. You need to check your friend. It's like that. You should be telling the Quad that." She said, "No." Because I'm like, and the Angel was so, like, she was not having it. Because they were trying to back the up, Toya and Simone. They were trying to back Angel up, and Angel was looking down on her. She said, "Oh." You disgust me. No, don't be acting like that because you must be classy and mature enough to be doing all that stuff like that in the event. And next time I will get security in this event because y'all don't even know how to act and walked away. I said, I know that's right. Brava, bellissima. And I was like, oh. And then also me was at the event and she was saying about the thing. And Toya was like, who are you talking about? Oh, they were talking about it. Like, Toya was saying right there. She said, Toya, you don't want to lie on yourself with some friends and good people. She said, hey, who are you talking about? Toya. And stuff like that. I said, Toya and Mimi ain't back down. I said, that's right. Don't back down for this girl. Because she want to bulldoze or think like she got a loud mouth or anything. And she can say whatever she want, but nobody can say nothing back to her. It is what it is. So now they have a frequent now test going around. Oh, you gonna go to girl trip? 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 I said, girl, stop it. You know they gonna go to girl trip because you know at the end of the day they had to be there. The company's paying for the trip. It's the first cash trip. Y'all going. Period. But Contessa's a host. So it was like, so why we need a girls trip now? I said, I don't know why y'all do this girl trip, but y'all know y'all can't break the fourth wall, so you have to play along, but you know you had to go on this trip because it's quiet. It's a required trip. But that was Married to Medicine, y'all. Anything else I missed? Because like I said, I ain't saying no notes. I just go whatever's off my top of my head and the key points. They had a mid-season trailer already. I said, oh, mid-season finale already? Not mid-season finale. Mid-season trailer. I said, oh, damn. That was fast. We're on to episode 7. So how many more episodes we got left? But we got this trip coming up. They're going to be talking about sex. They're going to talk about things. They're going to have a little good time. And then they're going to know they're going to do the little couples things. And they're going to talk shading. They're going to go back and forth with each other. You know, the whole little shebang. Figure Curtis go trying to give him those 2 points against Quad the King about parent children and having other back. I said, you gotta be a dumb fool. You gotta figure tall ass Wart to come out and talk about figure what is in the Bible. It's also in the Bible, not be an adulterer, but you are. So don't try to come in here and act like you are the freaking saint, bitch. Tall ass Mucinex monster. You're gonna look at us talk about y'all is against the sin to be having children after wedlock. I said, oh, and it's what it is. What it is. What you want it? And what about it? You lucky enough Jackie took your dusty ass back. What? Said the airport man, like, girl, you was cheating down the airport. Cheating around there. Got caught. Knowing that your wife is figuring on the show. Look at tall ass motherfucker. Nobody cares. You can't get missed. You not a figure short man. Yeah, Mucinex. Yeah, exactly. Mucinex monster. Tall dusty ass walk Mucinex monster. Get the hell out of here. Trying to convince somebody about some of their choices of childrenhood. If she want to have a child, if they're not married, she can have a child. Then to the course, your dusty ass was cheating. Got a nerve to cheating. I said, what the fuck is you? You ugly ass bitch. You lucky. Because Jack and divorce your ass, you won't be around this group like that. And you know, the ladies go back and forth again more. You know, Eugene had to try to calm things down and think because no things get out of him. But you know, we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. But I was Married to Medicine, y'all. I promise not to try to make it wait too long again for another review on Married to Medicine. You know, there was a lot of things happening around the time. So the next live will be a Mr. Social Corner. So it might be some topics. If we know great topics, or we just go do sit round chicks. So we know we gotta catch up on that. But next live will be Mr. Social Corner, and then the following week will be Married to Medicine catch up. So it might be like two episodes or 3 episodes in that one review. But in this Sunday, catch me on 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we do the next set of chapters of the book. And it's been great because we listening to the book and I give my commentary based on what's been saying. And it's been great. I didn't do it last Saturday, like I said, I promised to, because a lot of things happening with my family and stuff like that. So no, had to take a step back. But yeah, I got my traders review is up. Got this live that was done today, and he had also had the last week of the audio book. If you didn't listen to the book yet, it's 2 weeks up. It's on my channel. Go ahead. My trader reviews, both weeks is up. So it's on my channel. So let's get to it. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you for coming through. I gotta eat something before I go to work. And thank you, Brittany and Gamble. Don't be a stranger, girl. Thank you, Queso Ware. Anybody else who's watching the bushes and anybody else who replaying game, make sure you let me know you're watching. Thumbs up. And make your comments. I love to see people comments. So tell me y'all things. Everything I missed, y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Love you too. It's like that. And any watch alongs coming up this week, I'll let y'all know on Discord. Yes. And if you're not, you can watch the bushes. I'm fine. You know, you always supporting me. So I know, girl. I know, boo. But yes, working hard. Hope you all well, all safe. You know, over here, try to keep warm over here because, you know, we've got this Arctic cold around in New York City. So, yeah. But, yes, appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all later. And hope I see y'all soon in my book review on Sunday. All right? Peace out. All right, so see you later. The traders review, the traders watch along. Most likely will, because you know the traders episode will come out like late evening anyway, the 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I will be up. It's like that. So if I do watch it, I'll let y'all know on Discord. If I don't, then we make it up another day. But most likely will, because it's only gonna be one episode this week. So we can watch it. All right. So I'll let y'all know about that tomorrow. Until then, y'all have a great night. Be safe.